Jarrod Schulz became widely known through the reality series Storage Wars, where his bold personality and partnership with Brandy Passante made him a standout figure. On screen, he appeared as a scrappy underdog who turned opportunity into success, gaining both fame and financial reward. However, behind the television image was a far more complicated life marked by early mistakes, legal troubles, and personal struggles. Over time, the contrast between his public persona and private challenges grew sharper, eventually setting the stage for a dramatic fall from grace that would reshape both his career and personal relationships in unexpected ways. Early troubles and a path toward consequences. Before fame ever entered the picture, Jarrod's younger years were defined by poor decisions and repeated encounters with the law. In his early 20s, he was arrested for drug-related offenses involving methamphetamine and other illegal activities, marking the beginning of a turbulent chapter. After pleading guilty, he initially received what seemed like a second chance through a short jail sentence and probation. However, that opportunity quickly unraveled when he reoffended shortly after release, leading to a harsher sentence. A 16-month state prison term followed, exposing him to a far more serious environment that forced him to reconsider his life direction. A second chance shaped behind bars. Time in state prison became a turning point for Jarrod, even if not an immediate transformation. Surrounded by hardened offenders, he reportedly realized the long-term consequences of continuing down the same path. The experience gave him perspective on how quickly his future could be permanently damaged. Although prison did not erase his criminal record or instantly reform his habits, it planted a desire to avoid returning. When he was released after serving his sentence, he left with limited opportunities but a stronger determination to rebuild his life, even though the challenges waiting outside were far from simple. Building a family and finding stability. After his release, Jarrod gradually attempted to rebuild stability by entering the workforce and taking honest jobs, including work in sales management. During this period, he met Brandy Passante, who would become a central figure in his life. Unlike others who judged his past, she saw potential in him and offered emotional support during a critical rebuilding phase. Their relationship quickly deepened, leading to the birth of their 2 children, Cameron and Peyton. For Jarrod, this period represented a sense of grounding, as family life gave him purpose and motivation to distance himself from earlier mistakes. A mortgage career and sudden collapse. During the housing boom, Jarrod transitioned into the mortgage business, where he experienced early financial success. He managed to build a promising career that allowed him to support his family and feel a sense of legitimacy. However, the mid-2000s housing crash brought everything crashing down. Like many in the industry, his business collapsed, leaving him financially strained and uncertain about the future. The loss was not just economic, but emotional, as it undermined his belief that he had fully rebuilt his life. This setback forced him to search for alternative ways to recover stability once again. Unexpected opportunity in storage auctions. Following the collapse of his mortgage career, Jarrod found an unexpected opportunity through storage auctions, a suggestion connected to family contacts. What began as a way to earn quick income soon evolved into something much larger. Together with Brandy, he began attending auctions, learning the competitive world of abandoned storage units. Their chemistry, personality, and willingness to take risks made them natural television candidates. This unconventional path eventually attracted producers, laying the groundwork for what would become Storage Wars, a show that would dramatically change the trajectory of their lives and public recognition. Rise to television fame and public attention. When Storage Wars premiered, Jarrod and Brandy quickly became fan favorites, often referred to as the Young Guns. Their dynamic energy and on-screen disagreements made them relatable to viewers, contributing to the show's success. The series grew rapidly in popularity, drawing millions of viewers and becoming one of A&E's highest-rated programs. With fame came financial rewards, public appearances, and spin-off opportunities. Jarrod's transformation from former convict to reality TV personality was widely viewed as a redemption story, symbolizing the possibility of rebuilding one's life through persistence and opportunity. Business struggles behind the television image. Despite television success, Jarrod and Brandy attempted to build independent business ventures, including thrift store operations. These businesses were intended to provide long-term stability beyond television fame. However, both locations eventually struggled and closed, despite the publicity generated from their TV exposure. These failures mirrored earlier setbacks in Jarrod's life, reinforcing a pattern of unstable ventures. While income from the show remained strong, the loss of independent businesses highlighted the difficulty of maintaining financial success outside the entertainment industry, adding pressure to both his professional and personal life over time. A relationship that gradually fell apart. Over nearly 2 decades, Jarrod and Brandy's relationship shifted from partnership to separation. Although they continued working together professionally for some time after their breakup, their personal connection had deteriorated. By 2018, they had officially ended their relationship, though public confirmation came later. Brandy described becoming more independent after years of shared identity, while Jarrod faced the emotional and practical consequences of losing both a partner and co-parenting stability. Their separation marked a major turning point, affecting not only their family structure but also their television dynamic and long-standing public image. A night that sparked legal trouble. In 2021, tensions resurfaced when Jarrod and Brandy reportedly encountered each other at a bar in Orange County. What began as a conversation escalated into a heated confrontation, with allegations of physical contact being reported. Law enforcement became involved, and Jarrod was later charged with misdemeanor domestic violence battery. He denied the allegations, but the incident attracted significant public attention and renewed scrutiny of his behavior. For many observers, it raised concerns about unresolved personal issues and the challenges he still faced in managing conflict outside the structured environment of television and business. Career fallout and vanishing spotlight. Following the legal controversy, Jarrod's presence on Storage Wars effectively ended. Although some footage aired after the incident, he was no longer included in future seasons, and the network moved forward without him. The show that once defined his public identity continued, but his role within it disappeared. This marked a significant shift, as television had been his primary platform for recognition and income. Without it, he faded from mainstream attention, leaving behind a career that had once symbolized redemption, but ultimately could not withstand personal and legal complications. Life after fame and new beginnings. In the years that followed, Jarrod stepped away from public life and focused on managing a bar business in California. He remained connected to the hospitality industry and maintained a lower profile compared to his television years. Reports suggest he also entered a new relationship while continuing to deal with the aftermath of past events. Meanwhile, his children grew into adulthood, witnessing both the highs and lows of their family's journey. His current life reflects a quieter existence, shaped by earlier experiences that continue to influence how he is perceived and how he chooses to live. Reflection on a complicated journey. Jarrod Schulz's story reflects a complex mix of ambition, opportunity, success, and repeated setbacks. From early legal troubles to television fame and later controversies, his life illustrates how quickly circumstances can shift. While he achieved public recognition and financial success, personal struggles and unresolved issues ultimately influenced his trajectory. His journey raises broader questions about change, accountability, and whether past behavior can be fully overcome. Today, his life stands as a reminder that success in the public eye does not always reflect internal stability, and that personal transformation is often far more complicated than it appears. Jarrod.